Okay, so upon request, I'll show you some of our layouts here. I spent months in this room getting everything organized, but we have our standard hardware. Get into some of the bigger stuff. Metric hardware. Everything has a place. That was my dad's mentality. These are our reamers. We go down to the 10th as far as segregation of sizes. All our taps, broaches, slitting saws, reamers. We have some tapered shank drills in here. Long drills. So that's kind of what's in these two. This over here is our reserve drawer, and this is our lathe reserve drawer. We have a bunch of listed cabinets out in our lathe department, and this is a duplicate, and these are all locked up so we don't run out of any tooling. So when they run out there, we come in here, take them out of the reserve. This is where we start getting into our inspection drawers. This is kind of the overflow. We have some pins in here, gauge balls. This is our reserve tap drawer, and this is where we start getting into kind of miscellaneous inspection stuff. Got all our micrometers in here, digital micrometers, a little bit bigger specialty micrometers, thread micrometers, tube micrometers, disc micrometers, blade micrometers. Then we get into some of the bigger stuff, larger calipers, and bigger micrometers there. Then we have all our inspection gauges over here, thread ring gauges, gauge block assemblies that we use for bore gauges, more ring gauges, thread plug gauges, all our dial bore gauges. We use all Sun and dial bore gauges. Then over here we have this is our milling cabinet, and this is an identical milling cabinet that's a reserve, and guys have access to this one, and when we get low, we take them out of the reserve. That way we don't run out and we reorder at that point. These are parabolic drills for deep hole drilling. These are all our solid carbide drills. Get into some of our end mills. These are specialty. We have some aluminum, just some roughers. All this is solid carbide though. We don't do much with high-speed steel anymore. Some more specialty. There's a cool coating on that one. Tapered end mills, stuff like that. All solid carbide. Carbide finishing end mills. I don't have my key on me, but in this thing is just jam-packed full of, there's just thousands and thousands of solid carbide brand new end mills in there. Thread mills, porting tools. We got all our face mills in here. Indexible carbide, long reach. Some of our bigger stuff, 6 inches, that kind of stuff. Adjustable boring heads, slit saw cutters, stuff like that. I'll show you one other thing that's kind of interesting. This thing here is made by Kentucky Gauge, and it can measure an 85-inch long shaft. You can get these longer than this, but this thing's pretty cool. We do a lot of sawing stuff of some longer stuff, and this thing's pretty accurate and was pretty inexpensive. Pretty cool way to go. Over here, in here we have locked up, we have gloves and stuff like that. In here we have just some little hardware, smaller stuff. We have our sandpaper here. We have all of our smaller drills, straight shank smaller drills in here. And in this cabinet we have lock line sanding discs. Got some sandpaper. Got something wrong in that one. More sanding discs. more abrasive stuff. And then in here, our last big cabinet, we have just some tapping oil, Dykem remover, shim stock. These things are kind of nice, they pull out, so this is all our different shim stock that we use a lot. And then our Scotch-Brite pads, hard wheels, stuff like that. And we just have a gigantic surface plate over here. I don't think the video will probably do it justice of how big that thing is, but CMM over here, and then we have another Lista cabinet over here. It doesn't have a whole lot in it, but hardness tester is that. So anyways, that's it.